Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading on love. We are looking for love in 2021. That is my question to my guides, who then I feel connect with your guides. Those who are looking for love. Well, I guess you don't always have to be looking for it. Maybe you're open to it. I don't know. Anyways. So this can be about twin flames, soulmates. I don't really feel it's going to be about karmic, you know. No, I just don't feel that. I feel this is, well, I feel like it'll give us the truth of what we need to know. But I'm not really feeling like a negative undertone. All right, let's go ahead and begin. This is for all signs. Again, I feel like your guides just know. Well, I don't feel, I know. Your guides just know that you're here. Remember, I feel like we're a soul family. So we all have similar journeys, just different paths that we took to get maybe to this same place, right? Or eventually will. So that's why it resonates with a lot of people. And you'll see yourself in it maybe in different places. But the underlying and the overall message, I feel like, is for the collective. So, best thing you can do in this type of reading is just clear your mind. And the rest will follow. Just clear your mind. Let it be. We have inner child. Inner child. I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self-care. Well, I have to say that type of energy right away to me feels like it's that type of energy that's open to love coming in, right? Because your inner child is not going to be, though you can have burdens, it's not what's defining you, them. So I kind of like that. I feel like this is talking about what type of energy would best suit you. Doesn't mean you have to. It's almost like just to let the universe know that, hey, I'm open. If it's my time, I'm open. All right. Let's bring the tarot in. We're going to start with a new deck. It's called the Light Seekers. I bought it because many of you recommended it, and I do love it. Okay. Love. And I'm particularly looking in 2021. We have, well, hello, Ten of Cups. And we have the Page of Wands. It's certainly being in the energy, right? That is, it just looks like a lot of joy at home. It may be playfulness. I feel like this is also talking about potentially, because it's like the wand is coming out. Let me bring this down a little bit. The wand is coming out of the Ten of Cups, going like into the Page of Wands energy. So, this may be like very clearly someone throwing their intention out there of what I'd like, right? For some, I feel like it's about partnership. Of course, love, yes, but it's that partnership, right? It's that person to walk through life with. We have the Hangman. Interesting. Okay. So we have energy that's raring to go, but then we have energy that puts a hold to it. Well, we'll use the Queen of Cups. She came up, right? Queen of Cups. She just came out in a reading. She came out in Master number 11, I think it was. Anyways, she can be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but she's also someone who's very open to love. You know, it's like she's in both worlds at the same time. Maybe this is what I'm waiting for. Maybe this is what it's talking about. The energy may feel stalled. Make your intentions clear, right? And then, of course, this may talk about a cup or a water sign, but it's definitely talking about the connection, feeling that connection. Now, is this the universe waiting on you to arrive at this energy, or is it just the natural energy that you're going to arrive at? So we'll see what comes under that Hangman. We have the Four of Wands. Interesting. We have the Chariot. Wow. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so beautiful. But let's look under the Hangman first, because I feel like this is our, let's just say, first block, first hurdle in this year. So let's say the universe is waiting on you, right? Do you feel the connection of yourself to, let's just say, above, right? Even though it's right there. I feel like what this is talking about, it's like what you have to do, you don't have to do this, but what would suit you is to start looking at yourself and seeing what's unique about you, what you bring to the world in a unique fashion. Now, these could be things that you don't like about yourself, but that doesn't mean other people don't or won't. But there feels like there's something unique. And through that energy, what does that mean? It means you're being yourself. You're letting it all hang out. You're just being yourself. This could talk about also, I want to say, for some of you, there could be an energy of a collaboration coming up. And this may be how love enters into your world. I have to go back here and look at this now, because under the Ten of Cups, we have the Four of Wands. And to me, that's beautiful, because the Four of Wands is the marriage card. It's the commitment card, no doubt about it. It's two people who could not imagine not being together, right? So this is I am committing myself to you for the rest of my life, or maybe for eternity, but at least let's just say for the rest of your life. So this is definitely a long-term relationship, right? And so far, the only block is you finding. And listen, it probably has to do something with your inner child, finding this part of you, or allowing this part of you maybe to come back alive. Get connected again, right? Remember that you are spirit and human, right? You're a spirit borrowing this human body, using, I shouldn't say borrowing, because it's made for you, right? But your spirit too, and the remembrance of that, all of that. This is talking about a very high caliber love here. So we move into the Chariot. So to me, the Chariot is much like a reward. What's the reward about? It's about finding balance within myself. This can also be the energy of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Certainly, it can play to twin flame. Doesn't have to be, but I do feel for some of you, and I feel like you've already been on that journey. This isn't about just finding that out. So, but anyway, let's keep going. This is interesting. And I want to say, I feel like some of you are going to find love this year, because again, we're talking about this year. And I feel like once you find that love, and once there's a commitment that's made, it may put you on the road. You may be moving. I feel like somebody lives in an artsy type town, or will be moving to like an artsy type town. Like I moved with my brother. He lives in the state of Washington, and I moved in with him for like 6 months just because I wanted to experience the West Coast. Excuse me. Dang it! Now I forgot what I was even going to say. Oh, anyway, he lives in a town, or he lived in a town called Bellingham, Washington, and it's a very artsy town. I loved it. I truly loved it. I just didn't like the weather that much, so that's why I ended up leaving. But the town, that's what I'm feeling like. Somebody either lives in this artsy town, or you may be moving to this town. It may be a town where, maybe you're renting like a store and opening something where you're making something with your own hands. I also feel like this can talk about collaborations, like something that you, again, maybe, because I feel like you're active in your life when this is happening, right? You're not sitting there waiting. You're active. It's showing us you being active. So almost like your part is, you're putting that intention out there, and it's like you're putting the intention of the Ten of Cups. There it goes to the heavens, let's say. But we have to remember what we put out there is what we also need to be, right? The energy has to match. So I can't say bring me the highest caliber person you can to fall in love with when my energy is, I'm not there, I'm not ready type things. Doesn't mean you won't be. It just means, well, let's look at this. We have the Four of Swords. So this is the healing process, right? Listen, I feel like what this is talking about is we've all been in love before with different people. We thought they were our everything, right? You have those years that are just magical, and then it goes down into the slump for whatever the reason, and then it can go the opposite direction, right? The words can cut like a knife, all that, right? And then so you're forced to move on in one way or another, and you think that you won't recover, but lo and behold, you recover, right? Why? Well, normally because you eventually refocus your attention, right? Especially if those of you who have found, due to the hurt and anger or whatever of resentment of the past, I've refocused my attention more to me and my uniqueness, right? And there may be something that you love to do as a child or a younger adult. It can be a gift that you had that maybe you put on the back burner, and so that's kind of what I feel like. I don't feel like there's any like a punishment here, and that's why it's being like, it's not quite yet. I think it's just so you can find yourself and you can truly be connected, right? Be connected to the energy that you're asking for. And that comes through the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, that means your prayers are being heard and your prayers are being answered. If I'm asking for something, it says let go of control of how it must show, when it must show, and just trust that it will, right? What's my part in this? The Four of Swords. 3 of those swords are through the heart. 1 of those swords is of your own. So it's of our own making, right? What is our part in it? Did I give myself away? Was I afraid to be who I truly was? There's a clue right there. You know what I mean? Because this is the opposite of that. This love that's coming in, it's the opposite of that. So all I'm saying is I feel like those people that we thought, geez, we'll never, you know, we can't live without them. Geez, they're like a distant memory. Because I feel like this is the type of love. I mean, look at it. It's the Ten of Cups with the Four of Wands and the Chariot with that. And the Page of Fool. You know, Page of Wands, I'm sorry. If we look at this in the postage stamp way, Page of Wands is my Fool. She's the one who takes a chance. She takes a chance, right? But it's like almost, but like the universe is saying, but hang on, right? Has the healing. Look at these two fours on both sides of here, right? This is about your stability. This is about you becoming strong within yourself. This is about you feeling grounded. So that feels important, right? These are the cornerstones of your life. And it is, you know, living in this healed type. And no wonder the Queen feels so connected, right? She's feeling connected during this time period. And then this Four of Wands over here, right? This is a true commitment to love, probably like I have never committed before. And some of you, it's taken you away from where you live. Others, maybe it's the other person, right? Okay, well, let's clarify. Well, this is kind of beautiful. So we have Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Temperance talks, number one, about patience. And look how chilled out he is, right? Just sitting in the field. I think he's got his trusted little dog with him. But Temperance says, be patient. Why? Because this is about divine order, about divine timing. And I had a feeling this kind of feels like divine love. And that takes a certain type of energy. It takes a certain type of vibration. So, sometimes the universe is waiting on us. Doesn't mean that we have to rush, right? But I'm looking at 2020 or 2021. Okay. Let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. And let's just go a little bit deeper. Sorry. So we have Sagittarius. We have a young Wands, potentially. This could be a younger time. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be a child too, but really I feel it's energy. We have the Queen of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We have the Chariot, which is Cancer down here. You know, we have Scorpio energy. We really have all different types of energy. So, but that's for those who feel like they need that. Eventually you won't. Eventually you'll just know if it's you or if it's them. You'll know. You know, when you truly trust your intuition. Look at this. So we have this card turned around. Interesting. So we have the Queen of Wands comes out. And to me, she's the intuitive queen. So I kind of find that's interesting. I was just saying, when you trust your intuition. So the Queen of Wands, she's someone who lives an inspired life. Or she's ready, right? She is, she definitely feels like the queen of this castle here. But she's passionate. And she lives by her desires. She's not someone who, much like myself, I'm a Virgo, though I can certainly take on her energy, and I have. But sometimes us Virgos can overthink something before we move forward. So anyways, I like her. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. So look at this. We have movement coming over the Hangman. You know, through the Knight of Swords, which is probably talking about communication. It's interesting how it's kind of reading backwards now. It's like this communication, whatever this Knight of Swords is bringing in, is coming through that Hangman energy, and then you have this Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, I like the Two of Pentacles because the Two of Pentacles, when I'm making a decision about my life, I'm very grounded. And it's not about thinking like, if I don't have this, I'll die, right? Because maybe I've started to make myself a pretty good life, right? So I'm learning to like my life, or you have liked your life, right? So do I want to then add this component in? Right? Do you want to add it in? So it puts you, though, in the question mode. That means the question is being posed to you. Okay. Knight of Swords can be Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. When I see a knight, I trust that whatever that knight is bringing in, it will reach its destination, whether it's welcomed or not. Because that's how what I feel about a knight. I feel like a knight is sent to deliver something, and that's what the knight is going to do. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Well, the Seven of Wands is the energy where you feel like you need to defend yourself, defend your word, defend your place. But at the same time, that's kind of what you're healing. But why? Why? We have the Three of Wands. Now look at this. We have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Cups. So if you guys don't believe this is a love reading, truly our guides are coming through for us and showing us the potential of the energy for those who will find themselves in love in 2021. Let's just put it that way. Because when Temperance is here, I feel like what happens in your life, you kind of find yourself there like, wow, how did I get here? When did that happen? How did that happen, right? Here's the Ace of Cups. Three of Wands. Here's my perspective on this commitment, right? So I'm looking at this commitment of the Four of Wands with a very optimistic viewpoint, right? I feel like this is you feeling that love. And for some of you, I feel like when that happens, it has you perhaps moving. Not everybody, but I do feel like some. But don't worry about that, because I feel like it's right where you should be. I want to take a second before we go on, and I want to go up to the Seven of Wands energy, because it came in to me like an unexpected type energy. Now, for some of you, this could be what is unique, that is being healed. And I have to say, Seven of Wands is ego energy, though. Because do I really need to defend something, or should I just leave and walk away? It's interesting. Sam's son is going through something, and it feels like it's a lose-lose situation. And I said to Sam, I'm like, sometimes you just have to realize that certain things are just going to be certain things, and either, and if I'm trying to defend myself, but it doesn't seem to work, then am I not better off just leaving? And it's about his son and maybe starting his own business type thing. I feel like a lot of times these heavy energies are to push us to change paths, because things aren't working, right? It's not working. Things are crazy. It's not working. There's defensive type energy. So sometimes we should pay attention to that, because that tells us, okay, change is needed, right? We tell ourselves at that point, well, then change is needed. Does that change need to come from me? Does it need to come from them? Does it need to come from all of us? Does it even matter? Or should I just move? Should I just keep going? Anyway, here's the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Some of you may have started your own business during this period, and I kind of like that this Ace of Cups is next to this Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like some of you are finding this love through maybe what you do, what you do in your life. Like, it can be a career, it can be a hobby. It's when you're in your creative energy. That's what I feel. Queen of Pentacles is also someone who, she's someone who pays attention to the small details. And it's interesting because she coming over the Three of Pentacles. This could be someone who's also being overcritical of themselves. That can be you. Because I feel like I have to look at her in both ways. And so I'm wondering, is she being overcritical of herself, of her gift, let's say? And it may be a gift of communication. And some of you may have found that where you ended up is within your own business. And probably, let's say a year ago, you didn't see it coming, right? You just didn't see that coming. And, well, look at the last card. Look at this, guys. Four of Wands. So, I thank my guides because they're making this very clear. So, what comes first? What's in this Hangman? The Hangman is that time out to allow ourselves to heal what was. So, excuse me. Okay, I'm back. It feels like I was only gone a second, but the troubles we've been having, our transmission we just got into another transmission, had to put in, we were taking the old transmission back, you get $100 back. The truck just started driving crazy now. What did he just say? A fuel injector? He's got to get a new fuel injector. It's crazy. Anyway, that kind of stuff happens, right? That's just life. So, I forget what I was saying, and I apologize. But again, I'm just looking at the energy of this reading. And first thing, the most important thing I think it's saying is Temperance is about divine timing, right? Everything happening in the right time. And that can be partly in waiting on particular energy or vibrations to be met, so to speak. And that's what the Hangman feels like it's coming in, right? And some of that can be, when you have, it says, let your inner child out, right? And then you have the Three of Pentacles, talks about creating through your own uniqueness, and others appreciating that. You may not think that, but that doesn't mean it's not so. Right? We still appreciate it. Or someone that you end up falling in love with. And I have to say, I feel like some of you have been on a path. And what has been the time period for? Well, I feel like for some of you, because otherwise you may not have created what you have created or what you will be creating, right? So for some reason it feels like almost like it has to come first, because maybe otherwise I would have not. It's like me and doing the tarot, right? I was not with anyone romantically when I really began. When I started my YouTube channel, I started on Facebook actually, and I think if I would have been in a relationship, I probably wouldn't have started it, because I needed that time to It's why I learned, I absorbed. And then I found love, right? And then I get a phone call out of the blue from, who was the love of my life, my first love. And, you just never know. That's what Temperance says, don't put expectations of what you think will happen. It can be so much better, right? The Three of Wands is saying, look at life that way. Look at the potential of what you want to bring in, right? Queen of Wands, again, she's very intuitive. We have a lot of intuitive, spiritually connected energy here, right? And it's interesting. I was going to look at the Seven of Wands, wasn't I? Okay, we had this card flip. Okay, we have a few. Okay, so I'm looking at the Seven of Wands. Is what feels like energy of needing to defend my stance, my opinions, my whatever it is, my way. We have the Chariot. We have the Ace of Swords. Some of you, it's your word, it's your belief system. We have the Emperor. It could be through where you're working. That may be a change that you see or you have seen. We're in a universal 5-year, and it's a bad change, baby. But there's nothing to fear, though many people fear change. But there's no need to. I just feel like I have to keep saying strength. Strength is in reverse. That just tells me that this is about, for some of you, why, because we're only looking at why does this Seven of Wands exist with all this other beauty. So what it's talking about, I feel like, is somewhere within you, almost like I don't feel my word is valuable. I don't feel that I could lead a group, right? I don't feel this is I don't think I can overcome. It's that type of energy. Strength card is something you have to find within. It's also attached to Master number 11 for some of you. But this is an energy you have to find within. And it's touching the healing energy. It's touching the Four of Wands. It can talk about someone from your past, certainly. And what needs to happen, right? So, to me, what it feels like is a little bit of a lack of self-confidence, more so in my words or how I speak or be my unique self, that type of thing. Some of you, it's directly attached to where you work, and maybe this is moving you, again, into an independent type energy. Interesting, I don't have the Nine of Pentacles, though I feel it. I feel it. So, bottom line, I feel like much of what has happened for a reason. Hard, yes. Can you overcome it? Yes. There's no doubt. Should you pray and ask for help? Yes. And then be willing to let go of it then. You know what I mean? Like, to keep praying about the same thing, but then you keep doing the same torturous thing to yourself. I don't know. It's like, think about a friend who comes to you for the same advice over and over and over and over again, and you give them really solid advice, and they just don't listen. They keep doing it their way, but then keep coming to you. I don't know. All of a sudden, I pictured that's God. Like, come on, right? So, anyways, can you find that true commitment again in this lifetime, in this year? The answer is yes. Here it is, right? You have to see it, though. Believe it. Just believe it. You don't have to create it. Just believe it, right? Believe it and be open to it, right? This Queen of Cups, again, is very connected spiritually and to the healing process. This healing process is opening her up to maybe her spirituality or even a higher level, right? And it's with purpose, right? It's for you to see who you are, understand who you are again. It's like a little reminder from divine of how special you are, and allow that to be you, who you are. Look at what can be with an optimistic lens, and an optimistic event will come in. Some of you, well, I feel like we're doing love, right? Here is the Ace of Cups. I don't think I even need to take any more cards. 2 4 of Wands. Two people making that commitment to each other. Starting with the Ten of Cups. Throw that intention out into the universe, right? Be willing to match that energy. And maybe for some it's just saying, by allowing yourself some freedom to not worry, right? To not care how it happens. To think about other things. You focus on your creativity and that type of thing. Building your foundation. And allow divine to take care of the rest. Here it is, right? Here it is. And I felt early in the reading like it comes whether you want it or not. It's just how like, what kind of energy will you be in to accept it. And I almost feel like with Temperance here, it's like it'll still come in, but it will not come in. I should rephrase that. It will not come in until you yourself are at a certain vibration. Many of you already are. And many of you are working on that. And I feel like our spirit guides are just saying, listen, it's a lot easier than we think. It's mind control. Think that your future will be good, and your future will be good. It doesn't mean there will never be any hurdles. But know that you can overcome any of these hurdles. Right? See your future as having love, having success, and therefore you will, right? Put your own effort in it though, right? Have confidence in yourself, and it feels like a gift. Maybe I don't know it's a gift. Some of you, it's your communication. I'm beginning this a lot this year. It's, what you have to say, bring it to the world. Maybe you find somehow through this journey that you are now helping others in some way, and it's like full circle, right? Not instead, but now this is also giving you a partner to take this walk with, I feel. So I just feel like one wouldn't have happened if the love came in before the craft, right? It's almost like that had happened, and now the love will come in, because maybe you're meant to have both and do both, and you'll excel at both. You can certainly excel at whatever you put your mind to, love and your craft, your pentacles, however you want to say it. All right, let's read Inner Child. I find this quite a beautiful love reading. I think some will be resistant to it. I can already feel it. And that's okay, because, to each in their own time. I'm not here to make you do anything. I'm only here to follow the energy for you, is really what I'm doing. And the energy is leading us to really the most beautiful places. And it's not asking much, right? It really isn't. Give yourself time to heal. Understand that you can overcome anything, and anyone. And just because someone else says something doesn't make what they say right. But is it worth the fight? This is also the energy of, am I fighting where, is it even worth it? It's more, because it's more of a man-made type energy. So, some of you may find it like, I'm tired of fighting for something, and it may put you on a different path. And I kind of love it. You're taking a chance on you. And that's exactly what it's asking you right from the get-go. Take a chance on you. Get yourself spiritually connected. Understand that you can overcome whatever it is you need to overcome. Sometimes what you need to overcome is what you then will help others in the future with. So there's always purpose. If you can't take, if you're at a job that you hate or something, or you're always having to defend your way, think about your own path, right? Your own path. Doesn't mean you have to do it solo. Maybe you connect with others, right? Of like-minded type energy. So I feel like there's always a way. Anyway, let's read Inner Child. I can't stop talking. Mother Mary watches over all her children, including the child that always resides within each adult. This card comes to you as a reminder to care for your inner child who is crying out for attention. If you're only working and not having fun, this part of you begins to feel neglected and sad. This is a message for you to create time for amusement and play. Your inner child also craves attention. If you've been overly critical of yourself lately, he or she may feel shame or depression. Forgive yourself as Mother Mary forgives you for what you think you've done or not done. Learn from any mistakes instead of holding on to self-destructing guilt. Right this moment, please reassure your inner child that you love him or her. Interesting. And I'm going to leave it there. All I want to say is I hope you all find this type of love that I feel will be available in one way or another. And maybe we can look at it another way, whatever vibration we're at, right? And I feel like if you're in a high vibration, let's say, and a low vibration person comes in and tries to be with you, you'll know it right away. It just won't work. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel that resistance. You'll feel that, trust that, right? That's just how you get rid of it. Some people are like, boom, that's it. I'm going to be in a relationship with you, baby, for 10 years, and I'm going to hate every day of it. This is saying, you feel it. You see it. Let it go. Also, on the other end of that, here, this energy that I feel, this love that's coming in through the Ace of Cups, by the way, and Divine, is quite different. This is kind of like a no way I can walk away, right? And let me tell you something. It's also highlighting that, the uniqueness is in you is exactly what's celebrated by this other person about you. So, no need for mask or anything. Just allow. And I'll leave it there. I love you guys. I will see you soon. This may be the last reading of March. Happy spring for those on this side. Yeah. Happy love. I will see you all in the readings. Bye-bye.